Welcome back to our chapter Bills of Exchange again. This is our third video on this chapter Bill of Exchange. Myself Kishore Chauhan and I welcome all of you on my YouTube channel Guru of Accountancy. So let us start journal entries and exercise on the bill sent for collection. See this illustration. On February 1st, 2015, John purchased goods for Rs 15,000 from Jimmy. He immediately made a payment of Rs 5,000 by check and for the balance accepted the bill of exchange drawn upon him by Jimmy. The bill of exchange was payable after 40 days. 5 days before the maturity of the bill, Jimmy sent the same to his bank for collection. The bank duly presented the bill to John on the due date who made the bill. The bank informed the same to Jimmy. Prepare journal entries. So in this exercise, John is purchaser and Jimmy is seller of goods. So Jimmy will write the bill, he is the drawer and John is drawee. Okay, 5,000 is immediately paid by check and the bill period is of 40 days. But 5 days before, Jimmy gave bill to his banker for collection. So this is the case of collection of bill through bank. So let us see the journal entries. Books of Jimmy, that means drawer. First entry would be for the sale of goods. John account debit to sales 15,000. Second thing, 5,000 is received from John. So bank account debit to John 5,000 on the same day. Okay, on the same day for the remaining 10,000 rupees, bill is drawn. So bills receivable account debit to John 10,000 rupees. On this date, John has accepted bill. So we have written the entry bills receivable account debit to John account. Now, before the day of maturity. Now here maturity date would be 40 days you will add in 1st February plus 3 days of grace. But before the maturity date on March 11, Jimmy sent this bill for collection through banker. So on March 11 he will write bill sent for collection account debit 10,000 to bills receivable. So now this bill is with the bank. Now on the due date, payment is received by bank. Bank collected money on the due date. So maturity date is March 16. How March 16 has come? 1st February plus you will add in 40 days plus 3 days of grace. And it is 2015. So accordingly you have to take the days of February month. So on the day of maturity, amount is collected by bank. So bank account debit to bill sent for collection account. So this would be the journal entries in the books of Jimmy. Journal entries in the books of John. John will first write for the purchase of goods. So purchase account debit to Jimmy 15,000. He has made 5,000 rupees payment. So he will write Jimmy account debit to bank 5,000. On the same day, he has accepted bill of 10,000 rupees. So he will write Jimmy account debit to bills payable. Now on maturity date, that means on March 16, John made payment to bank. So he will write bills payable account debit 10,000 to bank account. So this was the example of collection of bill money through banker. Now let us see next case. Last one, endorsement of bill. As I told you, drawer can endorse his bill for making payment to his creditor. So let us see the illustration. Endorsement of bill. Endorsement of the bill implies the procedure by which the maker, that means holder of bill, that means drawer, transfers the title of the bill, ownership of the bill in assistance of his or her creditor. In simple words, drawer utilizes bills receivable for making payment to his creditor. That is endorsement of bill. And for this, he will put his signature on back of the bill of exchange. The individual transferring the title is called endorser and the individual to whom the bill is exchanged is called endorsee. So drawer will become endorser and his creditor will become endorsee. An endorsement is done by signing at the back of the bill. Illustration number 9. Amit sold goods for rupees 20,000 to Sumit on credit on 1st January 2006. Amit drew a bill of exchange upon Sumit for the same amount for 3 months. So the period of bill is 3 months. Sumit accepted the bill and returned it to Amit. So there is an acceptance of bill. Sumit made his acceptance on maturity date. That means on maturity date, drawee makes the payment. Record the necessary journal entries under the following circumstances. The first case, Amit retained the bill till the date of its maturity and collected directly. So this is the first method. Second option, Amit discounted the bill at 12% per annum from his bank. So this is the second method, discounting of the bill. And the third, Amit endorsed the bill to his creditor Ankit. So this is the endorsement of bill. And last, Amit retained the bill, and on March 31st, 2006, Amit sent the bill for collection to its bank. On April 5, 2006, bank advice was received. So this is the last case of collection through banker. So all the cases are given in this. So you will see all types of entries here. Let us see. First of all, remember, Amit is the seller, Sumit is the buyer. Amit will be the drawer of bill, Sumit will be the acceptor of bill. Date of bill is 1st January. In that you will add 3 months plus 3 days of grace. So you will get the maturity date. All the options are given. So one by one we are seeing all the options. First of all, books of Amit. That means in the books of seller, drawer. First option, when the bill was retained till its maturity. So on the date of sale, he will write on January 1st, 2006, he will write Sumit account debit to sales, credit sale of goods. On the same day, bill is presented to Sumit and Sumit accepted the bill. So he will write the entry, bills receivable account debit to Sumit 20,000. Now here you can see this bill was retained by Amit, and on maturity date he is collecting the money. So first of all, maturity date January 1st, in that you will add 3 months, so it will become April 1st, and in that 4 days of grace you will add, so April 5th will be your due date. On due date, amount is received, so he will write the entry, bank account debit to bills receivable. So this is the first option, in which bill is retained by the drawer till the date of maturity, and on the maturity date he collects money from drawee. Second case, in which drawer discounting the bill before its maturity date. So see, when the bill was discounted from the book, and we have seen in the question it was discounted at 12%. So for 3 months, 12% rate discount will be cut by bank, and the remaining amount will be handed over to seller. So the first entry here as it is, Sumit to sales 20,000. On the same day, bills receivable to Sumit 20,000. This is another exercise, so we are repeating these two entries. Now on January 1st he has discounted. That means 3 months before he has discounted this bill of 20,000. So 12% of 20,000, 2,400 for 3 months. So that will be 600 rupees. 600 rupees will be deducted by bank as a discount. So entries in the books of seller, in the books of drawer would be bank account debit 19,400, discount account debit 600, discount cut by bank, to bills receivable 20,000. Now this bill is with the bank. On the maturity date, bank will collect money from the drawee. So this was our second option of bill discounting. Let us see the third case, in which Amit endorsed the bill in favor of his creditor Ankit. So this is the case of endorsement of bill. First two entries as usual, Sumit to sales 20,000, bills receivable to Sumit 20,000. Now on January 1st, Amit has endorsed his bill to Ankit. That means Amit has utilized this bill for making payment to Ankit. So Ankit is the receiver. So Ankit account will be debited 20,000 and bills receivable go from us. So it is credited. So Ankit account debit to bills receivable account 20,000. This is the endorsement of bill. Here on the maturity date, Ankit will collect money from Droy. That means from Sumit. Last option, when the bill was sent for collection by Amit to the bank. That means in this case, drawer gives his bill to bank for collection because he has no time or he is a busy person or he is having so many bills. So the work of collecting money is given to bank. Let us assume like that. First two entries as usual, Sumit to sales 20,000, bills receivable to Sumit 20,000. Now on 31st March 2006, he has given this bill to bank for collection. So entry will be bill sent for collection account debit 20,000 to bills receivable. Now this bill is with the bank. Now on maturity date, this amount will be collected by the bank. So drawer will write on maturity date bank account debit to bill sent for collection because amount is collected by the bank. So this was our fourth case in which bill was sent for collection through banker. Now what entries Sumit will write? See, in all the four cases, Sumit has to make payment on maturity date. First two entry would be for the purchase and for bills payable. The first entry, he has purchased goods on January 1st. Purchase account debit to Amit 20,000. Second, on January 1st, he has accepted bills, so it is bills payable for him. So Amit account debit to bills payable 20,000. These two are the common entry. Now on maturity date, that means on April 4th, I think there is some mistake here. It should be April 5th. Bills is paid. The bills payable account debit to bank account 20,000. So this will be the journal entries in the books of drawer as well as Droy. Once again we check the maturity date. January 1st, in that we add 3 months. So it will become April 1st. In April 1st, if we add 3 days of grace, then it will become 4th April. So maturity date would be 4th April. But here see at the last line it is written on April 5 bank advice was received. In fourth case bank advice was received. So here April 5th is written. In the last case April 5th is written because on 5th April advice was received. Otherwise, if it is maturity date 4th April, then we should write 4th April. Okay. Now why here April 4th is written in the books of Sumit? Because Sumit has made payment on 4th April. Sumit has made payment on 4th April on the maturity date. But Amit has received information from bank on 5th April. So he is written on 5th April. Now one more point in the bill of exchange, dishonor of bill. Many times what happens when you have received a bills receivable which is accepted by your drawee, on maturity date that drawee is not in a position to make payment and he refuses to make payment. So in that case there would be the dishonor of a bill. If he makes payment, then it is known as bill is honored. But if he does not make payment on maturity date, then it is a dishonor of a bill. A bill is said to have been dishonored when the drawee fails to make the payment on the date of maturity. In this situation, liability of the acceptor is restored. That means, again, drawee will become our debtor. Therefore, the entries made on the receipt of the bill should be reversed. So when we receive bills receivable, we pass the entry bills receivable to drawee. But now it is dishonored, so we have to write drawee account debit to bills receivable. Entries will be reversed. Let us see one illustration and get idea about the journal entries. On January 1st, 2006, Seba sold goods to Vishal for rupees 10,000 and drew upon him a bill of exchange for 2 months. So here Seba is the seller of goods and Vishal is the purchaser. Period of bill is 2 months. Vishal accepted the bill and returned it to Seba. On the date of maturity, the bill was dishonored by Vishal. That means on maturity date, Vishal could not make payment. Record the journal entries in all the cases listed below in the books of Seba and Vishal. So here there is a dishonor of bill. Goods was sold on January 1st, 2006. Value of good is 10,000. Seba is the seller, Vishal is the buyer. Seba will be the drawer and Vishal would be the drawee. Period of bill is 2 months. So 1st January plus 2 months plus 3 days of grace, you will get maturity date. So January 1st plus 2 months, so it will come March 1st. In that 3 days, so 4th March would be our maturity date. See the first case, when the bill is kept by Seba till maturity. Second, when the bill is discounted by Seba for rupees 200, here ready-made amount of discount is given, so no need of calculating amount of discount. And when the bill is endorsed to Lalchand by Seba, so Lalchand is the creditor of Seba. Let us see all these cases and their journal entries. First case, when the bill was kept by Seba till its maturity. First entry would be for the sale of goods on credit to Vishal account debit to sales 10,000. On the same day, bill is received and Vishal accepted bill. So entry would be bills receivable account debit to Vishal 10,000. Now what happens on maturity date? On maturity date, this bill is dishonored. That means Vishal could not make payment. Now what is the maturity date? 4th March. So on 4th March, again we will reverse the entry number 2, Vishal account debit to bills receivable. That means again Vishal is debited, which was credited in the entry number 2. And bills receivable will be credited, which was debited in entry number 2. So in case of dishonor, you have to reverse this entry. So this was our first case. Second case, when the bill was dishonored by Seba. When the bill was discounted by Seba. First two entries are common. Vishal to sales 10,000, bills receivable to Vishal 10,000. Now this bill is discounted on January 1st. So first entry would be bank account debit 9,800, discount account debit 200 to bills receivable 10,000. Now this bill is with bank because we have discounted bill. So our bill is with the bank. On maturity date, Vishal will not make payment because bill is dishonored. So bank will not recover this money. So what we will do? Vishal account again we will debit, and as we have debited bank account in entry number 3, now we will credit it because now it becomes our liability to make payment to bank. So Vishal account debited, his liability again restored, and to bank account 10,000. Here you can see in case of discounting of bill, we have not reversed entry number 2, but instead we have written Vishal account debit to bank because it was discounted. Third case, when the bill was endorsed by Seba to Lalchand, his creditor. First two entries are as usual, Vishal to sales 10,000, bills receivable to Vishal 10,000. Now on January 1st, Seba has endorsed his bill to his creditor. So who is the receiver? Lalchand. Debit the receiver. Lalchand account debit 10,000 and bills receivable account credit. Credit what goes out. Now, on maturity date, Vishal could not make payment. That means Vishal has not made payment to our creditor Lalchand. So again we have to pay to Lalchand. So our liability towards Lalchand would be restored and liability of Vishal would be also restored. So again Vishal will be debited, which was credited in the entry number 2. So Vishal account debit to Lalchand. So here you can see Lalchand account is credited because we are still liable to make payment to Lalchand. and Vishal account is debited because Vishal has not made payment. So his liability is restored. So in this way, when the bill is endorsed and drawee could not make payment, that means bill is dishonored, you have to do this type of entry for dishonor of bill. That is the last entry here. Now, in the books of Vishal, that means drawee, in all the cases, first two entries would be common. Purchase account debit to Siba for the purchase of goods. Siba account debit to bills payable because he has accepted bill. Now on maturity date, he could not make payment. So what he will do? Bills payable account debit to Seba account. That means he will reverse the entry number second. Vishal is still liable to make payment to Seba. So Seba account is credited. And as bills payable is dishonored, bills payable account will be debited. So this would be the journal entries in case of dishonor of bill. I think you all must have understood how to pass journal entry for the dishonor of bill in different cases. One more point, noting charges. Now what is noting charges? So to establish the fact that the bill was properly presented and dishonored, the bill is usually handed over to a person called notary public appointed by the court. The notary public again presents the dishonored bill to the acceptor, that means drawee, for the payment. And if the acceptor, that means drawee, refuses to make the payment, the notary public notes down the fact of the dishonor of the bill itself. And such act of notary public is known as noting. Now when you go for the noting, then you have to pay the noting charges. These noting charges are initially paid by the drawer and later on it is collected from the drawee. So noting charges comes in case of dishonor of bill. So what I said is already written here, that noting charges. You can go through. The bill was properly presented and dishonored. The bill is usually handed over to the person called notary public appointed by the court. The notary public charges a small fee for the service rendered by him, which is called noting charges. Such charges are paid to the notary public first by the holder, that means drawer of the bill, but are ultimately recovered from the acceptor of the bill because he is the person who is responsible for the dishonor of bill. So first, drawer will pay this money and later on he will recover money from the drawee. That means a person who has dishonored bill. What will be the entries in case of noting charges? So in the books of drawer, drawee account will be debited to bills receivable to cash. This is the journal entry of dishonor of bill, drawee account debit to bills receivable, dishonor entry. In that we have to add to cash. This is the amount which is paid to the notary public for noting charges. Now here the liability of drawee will increase with the amount of noting charges. Say for example, bills receivable was of 10,000 and noting charges are 100 rupees. So now drawee will be debited with 10,000 100 rupees. 10,000 and 100. In the books of drawee, bills payable account debit to drawer. This is the dishonor entry. And he will write noting charges account debit because it is his expense. It is not expense of drawer. It is the expense of drawee. So drawing charges he will debit. So see the difference in the journal entries of noting charges. Drawer will simply write to cash because he has paid money to the notary public and he will increase the amount of drawee. And drawee will debit noting charges because it is his expense, because of his dishonor of bill, this expense has occurred. So noting charge is the expense of drawee. It is not the expense of drawer. No doubt it is paid by the drawer, but later on it is collected from the drawee. Let us see one more illustration. Ajad sold goods for rupees 15,000 to Bunty and immediately drew upon a bill on January 1st, 2006 payable after 3 months. On maturity, the bill was dishonored and rupees 50 were paid by the holder of the bill as noting charges. So see, 50 rupees are paid by Azad. The journal entries will be recorded in the books of Azad and Bunty as given below under the following circumstances. So first option, when the bill is kept till the maturity. Second option is bill is discounted at 12%. And the third option is bill is endorsed by Azad in favor of his creditor Chitra. Let us see all the entries. First of all, bill was drawn on January 1st. In that you will add 3 months plus 3 days of grace. So you will get maturity date. So first, when the bill was retained till its maturity in the books of Azad, that means drawer of bill. First entry would be for the sale of goods, Bunty account debit to sales 15,000. On the same day, bills receivable account debit to Bunty because Bunty has accepted the bill. Now, on the maturity date, bill is dishonored and 50 rupees paid for noting charges. First, you see the maturity date, January 1st plus 3 month. So April 1st plus 3 days. So 4th April would be your maturity date. So on April 4th, first we will pass the entry Bunty account debit to bills receivable, dishonor entry. In that you will add one more thing to cash 50 rupees which is paid for noting charges. Here Bunty's account will be now debited with 15,050 rupees. His liability will be 15,050. That means amount of debtor will increase by 50 rupees. Bunty is now liable to pay to us 50 rupees more. So you can understand here very easily. We have to just write to cash for noting charges in the entry of dishonor only. You can separate also these two entries. You can write first entry on April 4th, Bunty to bills receivable 15,000. And second entry on the same day you can write Bunty account debit to cash 50 rupees for the noting charges. Or you can combine this. When the bill was discounted and dishonored. So first two entry are as usual, Bunty account debit to sales 15,000. Second entry, bills receivable to Bunty 15,000. On the same day, this bill is discounted at 12% for 3 months. Amount of bill is 15,000 into 12 upon 100 into 3 by 12 because period of bill is 3 months. So you have to find a discount here for 3 months. So bank will cut 450 and remaining amount, that is 14,550, bank will give to us. So we will write the entry. Bank account debit 14,550, discount account debit 450 to bills receivable account 15,000. Now this bill is with the bank. On the maturity date, Bunty is not making payment. That means there is a dishonor of bill. So we will reverse entry Bunty account debit to bank account. See here dishonor entry. We have credited bank. Okay, because this bill was discounted. See the amount. Amount is 15,050 because 50 rupees of noting charge. You can write Bunty account debit to bank 15,050. Now, why we have credited bank? Why the cash amount is not returned? The reason being, bill is dishonored on the maturity date and the bill was with the bank. So bank must have handed over this to the notary public. So the amount is paid by the bank. That's why to bank account is credited. So Bunty to bank 15,050. In the first case, you see the entry. In the first case, our entry was Bunty account debit to bills receivable to cash because bill was with us. But here, bill is with the bank. So that bill is already we have credited in the entry number 3. So we could not write bills receivable credit. Instead we have to write to bank with amount of noting charges and the amount of bill, because now we are liable to pay 15,050 rupees to bank and we have to recover 15,050 from the Bunty. So Bunty is our debtor with 15,050 rupees and we are the creditor of bank of 15,050. We have to pay 15,050 rupees to the bank. Third case, when the bill was endorsed to Chitra. First two entries are as usual. Bunty to sales 15,000, bills receivable to Bunty 15,000. Now this bill is handed over, that means endorsed. So receiver is the Chitra account debit to bills receivable. Now this bill is with the Chitra. On maturity date, Chitra will go for collection, but Bunty could not make payment, that means endorsement of bill. So Chitra will pay 50 rupees noting charges. So now we are liable to pay to Chitra 50 rupees. So entry would be Bunty account debit to Chitra. We have sold goods to Bunty, so Bunty is our debtor with 15,000 plus 50 rupees noting charges. So 15,050 we have to recover from Bunty, so he is debited with 15,050. And we are now liable to pay 50 rupees more to Chitra because she must have paid 50 rupees noting charges to Notary Public. So Bunty account debit to Chitra 15,050. So this is the last entry you can understand about noting charges already included in the amount of Chitra. Now in the books of Bunty. First entry Bunty will write for the purchase of goods, purchase account debit to Azad 15,000. Second entry he will write for the bill accepted by him, Azad account debit to bills payable 15,000. Now on the day of maturity, that means on April 4th, he has dishonored this bill. So he is liable to pay noting charges. Noting charges are his expense, so he will debit them. So first entry of dishonor, bills payable to Azad 15,000 and noting charges extra you will debit 50. So combined entry would be bills payable account debit 15,000, noting charges account debit 50 to Azad account 15,050. You can pass two entries also. First for the dishonor of bill, bills payable to Azad 15,000. And second entry you can pass noting charges account debit 50 to Azad 50 rupees, or you can pass combined entry also. So this was the exercise about dishonor of bill. Let us see last exercise. On January 15,